Hi, welcome back to my story time with Nana. I have a whole new story for you. Maybe remember last week we met Ollie and Oakley and they moved to the markets. It seemed scary at first. It turned out really great. I can't wait to find out what's happening with them. Can you? Let's begin. Off to Market, Chapter 2. That's better. Ollie, oh, my belly feels funny. It's fat, Oakley whined. I think I've been eating too much Timothy hay. She rolled onto her side to show off her round belly. Ollie and Oakley had been living the life for the last 3 months on Mr. and Mrs. Market's farm. They had a barn just for them with a pasture to roam and plenty of food and water. Papa had even built them a small wading pool. They had a nice routine. Every morning, Mama brought them breakfast and then went to work. And sometimes Papa would stop by in the midday just to say hello. Every afternoon, when Mama got home, Ollie and Oakley ran to the fence along the driveway and followed Mama up to the house. She would get out of the car and come over and pet them. "Oh, my babies, how I've missed you. Did you have a good day? Are you hungry?" she always asked. She would go into the house and change her clothes and then make dinner for Ollie and Oakley. It was a great life. But now, Oakley was acting funny. "You look fine," Ollie told her. "Look, here comes Mama now with breakfast." "Really, Ollie, I'm almost the size of a cow," she said. "You're overreacting. You look fine." "Good morning, my babies," Mama sang, coming into the barn. She had a bucket full of breakfast. "I added something special," she told them. Ollie ran to eat. Mama made the best breakfast. She made the best dinner. Heck, everything she fed Ollie and Oakley was the best. "Come on, Oakley." Mama added bananas. "You love bananas," he said, gobbling up his breakfast. Oakley waddled over slowly. "What's wrong, Oakley?" Mama asked. She knelt down and Oakley nuzzled into her neck. "Not feeling well today?" Mama was worried. Oakley was usually very peppy and excited for breakfast. You look bloated. No wonder you're not acting yourself. Do you have a bellyache?" Oakley snuggled close to Mama and let her pet her. She loved when Mama pet her. "I think today we should take a trip to the vet, just to make sure it's nothing serious." Ollie stopped eating. "The vet? That doesn't sound good," he thought. "Hey, Oakley, are you feeling that bad that you need to go to the vet?" he asked her. Oakley raised her head from Mama's lap. "I just feel sluggish. Maybe Mama's right. I should see the vet just to make sure." "Well, I hope I don't have to go." "You need to eat something, Oakley," Mama said, getting up. "I'll go call the vet and make an appointment. I may as well get your hooves trimmed while we're there." "You too, Ollie," Mama said, heading into the house. "That's just great," Ollie said indignantly. "I have to get my hooves trimmed just because you're eating too much Timothy hay." "I am big," she said. "Look at my belly." She pushed it out to him. "Wow!" Ollie exclaimed. "Your belly is big, and it's moving." "I know. I have a big, moving belly," she answered. "Hey, are those berries in our breakfast?" She lowered her head and began to eat. All of a sudden, she was starving. After breakfast, Mama loaded Ollie and Oakley into the truck, no cages this time, and drove to the veterinarian's office. "Hello, Mrs. Market," the receptionist said. when she and Ollie and Oakley walked into the office. "Have a seat. I'll let Colleen know you're here." Colleen was Dr. Carroll's assistant. She loved Ollie and Oakley almost as much as Mama. Ollie and Oakley sat at Mama's feet. I hope Mama forgets that I'm even here," Ollie said to Oakley. "Oh, Ollie, you'll be fine," she answered. "Honestly, has Colleen ever hurt you?" "No, but there's always a first time. She may be distracted because you have that big moving belly." "Mrs. Market," a woman called from the office door. "Hi, Colleen," she answered. "I brought Oakley in because she's not herself, and I figured I'd get their hooves trimmed since I was here." "Well, come on back." Colleen waved her in. "Come on, Ollie, don't be afraid. You know you're my favorite pig." She patted his head. Mrs. Market, Oakley, and Ollie followed Colleen back to the exam room where Dr. Carroll was already waiting. "Hello, Oakley and Ollie. What brings you in today?" Oakley waddled over to Dr. Carroll and rolled onto her back, exposing her big moving belly. "Oh, I see what's going on here." Dr. Carroll knelt down and rubbed Oakley's belly. "It looks like Oakley is going to be a mommy." "A mommy?" Mrs. Market exclaimed. "Yes, and it shouldn't be too much longer from the look of her." "Ollie, did you hear Dr. Carroll? We're going to be parents," Oakley cried out. "You mean you have babies in your belly?" Ollie exclaimed. "Yes, babies. Oh, I'm so happy I could just squeal." "Babies, thank goodness. I thought I was just eating too much," she yelled. Dr. Carroll gave Mrs. Market instructions for caring for Oakley while she was pregnant, and then she and Colleen trimmed their hooves. And you know what? It didn't hurt one bit. As a matter of fact, Oakley could have sworn she heard Ollie giggling when it was his turn. On the way home, Mrs. Market stopped by the feed store and picked up the items Dr. Carroll had recommended. "When do you think you'll have the babies, Oakley?" "I don't know. I never had babies before," she answered. "But Dr. Carroll said soon. I just hope that Mama is there when they come." "Me too," Ollie said. "I've never seen anyone have babies. I wouldn't even know what to do." The days and weeks passed. Mama went to work just like before, and Ollie and Oakley ran to the fence every day when she got home. Mama made special meals for both Oakley and Ollie, but Oakley always got a little extra. She was eating for 3 now. And as the time passed, Oakley took longer and longer to get to the fence. Mama made a special place in the barn for Oakley and her babies when they came. She was nervous. She had never had a pregnant pig. She had never cared for a pregnant animal before. She called Dr. Carroll once a week just to make sure she was doing everything just right. And then the day came. Mama fed Ollie and Oakley and headed off to work just like every other day. "Oakley, you want to go swimming with me?" Ollie asked, walking into the barn. Oakley had been spending more and more time in the barn. Mama was even feeding Oakley from her own tray of food so she didn't have to get up. "I don't think so," she answered. "I'm hot and I just feel so tired today." "Come on, maybe swimming will wake you up," Ollie pleaded. "All you do is lay around." "Just don't feel like doing anything. I'm fat." "You're not fat. You're having babies." "I'll tell you what. I'll walk with you to the wading pool," Ollie said, gently nudging Oakley. "We can go slowly. I really think it will make you feel better. The water will feel nice and cool." "Fine, but we have to walk slow. No running." "Yay!" Ollie cried out. "We'll go as slow as you want." Ollie helped Oakley up and then walked slowly across the pasture. Once they were close to the wading pool, Ollie made a run for it and belly flopped right into the middle of the pool. Woohoo! Come feel the water. At least put your hooves in the water, Oakley, Ollie called out, splashing in the middle of the wading pool, swimming. Oakley waddled over and stood at the edge of the wading pool, her front hoofs barely touching the water. The water did feel wonderfully cool on her hoofs. She walked in a few feet. The water was touching her belly now, and boy, did that feel good. Oakley walked in another foot, and she began to float. She began laughing. She was light as a feather, floating in the water. Isn't this great? Ollie asked, swimming over to her. Don't you feel better? Oh, I do. Oh, Ollie, I'm sorry I gave you a hard time, she said, bouncing into him. This was the greatest of the greatest ideas you've ever had. Look at me. I'm floating. You are floating, he answered. You look like a beautiful flower floating on a lazy river. Ollie and Oakley spent the entire day in the wading pool, enjoying the cool water, swimming and playing all day. Oakley felt much better when Mama returned home from work. She even ran to the fence with Ollie to greet her. Oakley, you look so happy today, Mama said, giving her a snack. Oakley nuzzled up against her to let her know she was indeed happy. Later that night, Oakley and Ollie lay snuggled together in the barn. Oakley, thank you for playing in the wading pool with me today. I had so much fun, didn't you? I did, she said, and I'm glad you made me go. I feel so much better. As a matter of fact, I feel energized. You do? Yes, I do, she answered. Can you do me a favor? Can you go get Mama? I think I'm going to need her. I thought you said you felt better, energized. I do. As a matter of fact, I feel so energized. I think I'm going to have some babies tonight. What? Now? Babies? Ollie jumped up and began running in circles around Oakley. Should I help you with the hay? Do you need water? Maybe a blanket? How about I go get Mama? Yes, Oakley laughed. You go get Mama. Ollie ran from the barn to the back door of the farmhouse, squealing, Mama, Mama! He squealed out. It was dark in the house. Mama was probably in bed. He squealed again louder, and a few moments later, he saw a light come on in the kitchen, and Mama came out the door with a flashlight. What is it, Ollie? Mama asked. Is it Oakley? Ollie squealed louder. Yes, yes, hurry, he squealed over his shoulder, running back to the barn. Mama put on her mud boots and ran to the barn. Oakley was laying in her special area that Mama had prepared for her. Mama shined her flashlight towards Oakley, and in the beam of the light, she saw a little black baby piglet squirming. She went to Oakley and soothed her and petted her while she delivered her second piglet. Oh, Oakley, good girl, she said, petting her. You're such a good girl. Look, you have babies. Mama began to cry with happiness. She brought the baby up to Oakley's face so she could see, and then she helped guide the piglet to nurse. And Oakley began to sing to her babies while she nursed. Oakley, Ollie cried, look at our babies. They are beautiful. I see them, she said. They are amazingly beautiful. She laid her head down. She was very tired. It had been a long day. She spent the entire day swimming and spent the night delivering two perfect baby piglets, Olivia and Otis. Mama had named them. Mama stayed the rest of the night in the barn tending to Oakley so that she could rest. But really, she couldn't stop loving on the new baby piglets. The end. Oh my goodness, how exciting! I can't believe Oakley had babies. I can't wait to find out what's going to happen with their family. This is getting so exciting. Don't forget to share my stories. I'll see you again next week for a whole new adventure. Mwah.